All right, so let's go ahead and actually get down here. Down here, we're going to break it up into the following questions, as we always do. Um, take this, and I'm going to go here, and we are good. Five. Claude code, holy moly. All right, now we're starting brand new list of 3 questions for scenario 5, which is Claude code for continuous integration. Provide me with a little bit of an overview of scenario 5 and how it's differed from scenarios 1, 3, and 6 of what it is that we covered so far. I'm already feeling a little bit nervous about this because I see code and I'm thinking to myself, hell no, because I'm not a coder. Your pipeline script runs Claude analyze this pull request for security issues, but the job hangs indefinitely. Logs indicate that Claude code is waiting for interactive input. What's the correct approach? I have no idea. I mean, from just reading this question right here, I'm thinking to myself, analyze the pull request for security issues. But the job hangs out indefinitely. So I'm thinking something needs to get done, something's not getting done, and it's just staying idle over there. The logs indicate that Claude code is waiting for interactive input. And that means, I'm guessing, interactive input, we are talking about a human being getting involved. And what's the correct approach to run Claude code in an automated pipeline? Like, what's the correct approach to go out there and automate this process? Am I getting it right, or am I totally getting it off? That is what I understand from a baseline level of what the question reads. But because I don't have a coding background, all of the answers that are documented below, I have no idea. Like, I don't have any idea what's dash p flag, Claude dash p, set the environment variable to Claude underscore headless equals true. None of these terms, slash dev, slash null, none of these, I'm thinking they are commands that I would plug into Claude code. I have absolutely no idea what it is that we're asking for here. And then I'm going to let it know. So far from Agent 1 and Agent 2, I at least understood those 2 scenarios from kind of a common sense, business common sense level. But the last section, I think I started off, I think I had a little bit more of an understanding that we're talking about data extraction properly. But now that we're moving into a new scenario, I'm starting to feel a tad bit nervous whether or not I can even pull this off because I've never even popped open a Claude Code terminal before. Let Claude know and then let it handle everything. It's really cool. See, scenario 6 is done. Now move over to scenario 5. As soon as non-technical people see code, it's like, oh man, we're fucked. We're cooked. This is where it's all over. What was I thinking? This is not possible. Okay, this is a business operation question, not a coding question. Is the equivalent of when you set up an automated email drip campaign, what settings does your marketing automation tool need to run with somebody manually clicking send every single time? You do not need to know how to code an email system to answer that. Okay, scenario 5. Scenarios 1 through 6, humans exist somewhere. Scenario 5, no human is present at runtime. Why don't you just say that? Now I'm feeling a little bit better about it. Now I can sit back a little bit, right? CID stands for continuous integration, continuous delivery. The analogy, okay, pull requests. Something needs to get done, nothing is getting done, and it is staying idle. The idle state is Claude Code is waiting for a human who will never arrive. Okay, got it. Okay, so I am going to get all this information in here first, as always. And then I'm going to dive into it later on with an alcoholic beverage in hand. And while that thing is prompting, I'm going to go over to my next set of questions. Okay, your team wants to reduce API costs for automated paralysis. Currently, real-time cloud calls power 2 workflows, blocking, merge, check, a technical debt report. Okay, your manager proposes switching both to message batches API for its 50%. How should you evaluate the proposal? Use a pausing time. With no guaranteed latency, this makes it unsuitable. Where got it. Okay, all right. Yeah, I have no idea what the correct answer is, even though I have the explainers. I get the part of API costs because as a business owner, I pay for them. Wants to reduce API costs for automated analysis. So we're trying to reduce the price of something, the spending of something, right? I'm guessing the trade-off is if we try to go ahead and save money, what I'm seeing here is no guaranteed of latency SLA. I'm going to need the definition of latency SLA. But if we try to go ahead and what are the negative impacts of us thinking that we're saving a little bit of money, might be creating work for us that's going to be spending a little more time later because of a quality issue is kind of what I'm understanding here at a top level. As with all the previous sessions, I'm going to need a full breakdown of all of the technical terms and phrases here because I've absolutely, again, no idea. And I'm going to take this. I'm going to pop that guy in. And while that thing is cooking, I'm going to go over to the next scenario here. Modifies 14 files on a stock tracking module. Your single pass review analyzing all files produces inconsistent results. Obvious bug miss. Approving a pull request. How should you restructure this review? Okay. A pull request. Let's go out there and kind of clean up the formatting a little bit. This was directly copied and pasted by a human being, right? always try to see if you understand the context of the question. This is, I'd say, like a lot of product managers, they say they want to become founders someday. You're going to be presented a lot of problems where, like, every single day you're making a decision on trade offs when you're a business owner, and you're making decisions on trade offs, and nobody wants to make the decision because nobody wants to be the one that gets it wrong. So they're just like, okay, if we do this, this is how we could possibly get fucked later. And if we do this, this is how we might get fucked right now. Yeah, that's pretty. So what would you do? I don't know because I don't have a good answer for that, right? So when you're a business owner, a lot of times, very similar to a product manager, you have to go out there and actually make a decision when there's a lot of not good consequences. I would say a really good book to read for that is The Hard Thing about Hard Things, because you're literally like, whichever option is not, like, we might just have this much bigger problem later, but for right now we can kind of cover it up and we actually went with this option. And a lot of the times it's also for you to be thinking like, because people generally speaking don't have really good imagination. Well, it sounds to me like you're only presenting me with options A, B, and C. I think they're, how about if we did this, an option D, right? Yeah, so I'm going to go out there and actually cut it down here. A pull request modifies 14 files across stock tracking module. A single pass review analyzing all the files produces inconsistent results. Why is it producing inconsistent results? Is it because a human being is reviewing it? Detailed feedback for some files, but superficial comments for others. Is it because, like, I'd be interested in why there's detailed feedback for some files and superficial comments for others? Is it done by a human being? Is it because, like, we're getting more detailed feedback for some files in the beginning and then we're getting the superficial comments towards the end? Or does somebody's brain needs to work or get warmed up and we're getting superficial comments in the beginning or detailed feedback in the end? Or am I overthinking it? Obvious bugs or miss, contradictory feedback. So we have a lack of consistency here, hence inconsistent results. Flagging a pattern as problematic in one file while approving identical code elsewhere in the same PR. What is PR? Is it pull requests? Because I'm only seeing capital P and capital R. How should you restructure this review? Honestly, again, I have no idea. Boom. Let's get down to business, right? So I have this. Yeah. Okay, now I have all the information that I basically need. I'm going to take this. I'm going to pop it in here. I'm going to take this. Actually, I'm going to take this. All that. Now I basically have all this information. And I'm pretty sure somebody is going to say, Rich, you can go out there and automate this. Yeah, but I don't know how to. And sometimes just getting it done, like even though I'm going through this, I'm actually like skimming and learning. Okay. It actually feels more helpful because like I'm like, oh, okay, all right. It's not that bad. We're gonna go out there and figure it out. A lot of times when you're learning something new, you just gotta go ahead and dig in because the faster you dig in, the faster you're gonna become an expert in this area, right? ESPR means pull request. I need a pull request. Thank God for Claude Chat. Can you imagine learning this shit? Well, we wouldn't have had to. Just a few years back. Holy moly. Wouldn't have even been possible, man. Without a serious serious technical background, it's not possible. Okay, now we basically have everything. I'm going to be reviewing it like a little bit later in the next scenario. Now we're going to go ahead and go to scenario 2. Okay, and like Claude Code, like I'm starting to see why, like as I'm going through it. Okay, these two highly correlated. Then you have the data part. Then you have now. It's like we're talking about the actual coding part right here, right? Makes for it to be like it's a better order for somebody like me. Um, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better about this. Versus if we did like scenario 2 for code generation, I would have been like, yo, I'm cooked. So I'll see you guys in the next round.